All right, welcome to the Fantasy Football MBAs. That stands for matchups, breakdowns, and analysis. And we are helping you graduate to fantasy football champion. It's your boy Steve here, and I am joined by
T. Campbell.
T. Campbell
In the house.
and EJ.
I just heard you being like Ti. We gonna help you graduate and matriculate into fantasy football championship. You feel me? I guess that's more Damon Wayans actually.
Expeditiously.
Yeah.
So right now we are in week 5, and this right here is part 2 of our week 5 starts and sits. Make sure to tune into part 1, in which we cover the Thursday night game as well as some of the Sunday games as well. So we're gonna wrap things up for you guys with the remaining Sunday games and the Monday night football game. So, without further ado,
All right. We'll go ahead and kick things off with the Indy Colts versus Baltimore. I'm thinking about the Baltimore Colts.
I know.
How old am I?
Oh, what?
How old am I? We're gonna start things off with the Baltimore Colts against the Houston Oilers. Now, AFC matchup. Okay. All right. The Indianapolis Colts against the Cleveland Browns. So quiet as it's kept, the Colts has crept into the conversation of being a real playoff team early in this NFL season. Now they're currently in second place in AFC South. Now, what most people don't know is that the Colts have the fewest points allowed, have actually scored the most points in the AFC South in their division. So,
Okay.
like, there is real quiet. Ain't nobody really talking about it, but they're actually playing some really good football. So they're sitting at 3-1, with their sole loss being the opener of the season, and they only lost by 7 points in that game. So it's possible that Indy has, found that missing piece that they needed since, Manning left. I'm not, no disrespect to Manning. I'm not saying that Rivers is the next Manning, but he's definitely going into the Hall of Fame. And it's possible that they found that missing piece that could right their ship and put them back into the playoffs. And we'll see. But anyway, that ain't what we're here to talk about. What we want to talk about is who you playing in fantasy in this week against the Browns. So yes, they've righted the ship, but does T.Y. Hilton have a ticket for this cruise line of going to the AFC title game? And I think this is it. Like this is the week. Like this is for all the marble. All you got, Rock. All your heart. This is it. If T.Y. Hilton doesn't give me a game this week, this is a break it week for me. This man has 13 catches, 162 yards on the year. That ain't wide receiver 1. Okay, that's not even wide receiver 2, and it's definitely not T.Y. Hilton numbers. Don't know what it is. This last game, it kind of looked like maybe, he hasn't been able to get into the end zone. But okay, this is another favorable possible matchup for Ty to get off. But again, I'm going. This is the last time I'm going to roster Ty Hilton or play Ty Hilton. I don't mind you having them on the bench
or roster.
I mean, I don't mind you keeping him just in case he turns the corner week 7, and you somebody's on the bye, that. But as far as playing him, nah, this is it. On the other side, Cleveland, this is definitely gonna be a tougher matchup with them for them. Last week, both of their for both wide receiver and running back, the Colts have allowed the 4th fewest fantasy points and 6th fewest fantasy points to running backs and about 127 yards per game to wide receiver position. Now, the one bright spot for Cleveland is the Colts have allowed 4 touchdowns to the tight end position. So there's some upside for Mo Cox. Now,
You like Mo
that's
Cox, man?
Mo. No.
Huh?
I think people should play.
Wait a minute.
There's no way around this one, man. This one is gonna challenge me. Okay, you should roster Mo Cox. Damn it.
No.
Okay, just play with Mo Cox. Everybody play with Mo Cox this week at tight end.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's gonna score another touchdown though. I'm
Yeah, I think Mo Cox will get in the end zone against this Cleveland defense because that's just what they've done. Look for Kareem Hunt as your starter in Cleveland, but if you were able to pick up Dearness Johnson, I look for him to get maybe two goal line carries for Johnson. I think he's a safe flex after this past week. I think they like what they saw, and I think they want to, kind of like, all right, guys, we got something cooking in Cleveland. Let's keep it going. Again, T.Y. Hilton may get into the mix, so I'm looking for him to get into the mix. Mo Alley Cox for a late score. I'm sitting Austin Hooper, definitely playing Landry and Beckham Jr.
Okay.
What y'all got?
For me, I agree with you. Mo, gotta start Mo. That's the dude.
Mo who? Mo Williams? Who we talking about?
Mo Alley Cox. I don't know if that's any better.
Alley Cox.
But yeah, I do.
The FCC gonna just shut us down.
I know,
like,
right? I do think he's
expect to get a real return after these
I think he is a good start as well because Cleveland, they've been giving it up. So I think they're gonna give it up to Mo Cox as well. So on the on the indie side, you know what? T.Y. Hilton, man, I'm sorry. I'm done. I think I'm done. He hasn't. I'm not feeling it, man. I just don't think they got the connection. I think he and Andrew Luck, they had a special connection that, sometimes you just see a quarterback and a wide receiver have. And I think he misses Andrew Luck, man. And I think that, Phillip Rivers, something I've noticed about Phillip Rivers is that you have to be like 6'5" or taller with him. He had Antonio Gates, Vincent Jackson. There was that other guy, that other lanky guy that was like Vincent Jackson. His name was Malcolm something or the other, who occasionally, he was one of those guys that'll score a touchdown and then disappear. And he's finding Mo Alley Cox, but he's not really finding anybody else. So I'm not feeling T.Y., man.
This is it, though. This is it.
It's Zach Pascal's time, baby. It's his time.
No, it might be, man. I don't know.
All right. Got the next up, the Giants versus the Cowboys. All right. Now, on the Cowboys side, who I'm looking at is Schultz at tight end. And that's what everybody's looking at after this, this last couple of weeks. He's a hot name, to pick up in free agency. He's probably still available in, about half of the leagues. But if you peel a little deeper, which is what we do, we go deep here on the Fantasy MBAs, okay? Schultz is on the EKG this season. It's low, it's high, low, high, low, high, low, high. So if the pattern holds true, then this should be a low game of output for Schultz. The Cowboys are definitely going to feed Ezekiel Elliott against the Giants, who are allowing about 85 yards per game to opposing running backs. The possibility that Schultz might do is good news, bad news on the other side for the New York Football Giants. The Giants defense are averaging only about 40 yards but no touchdowns to the tight end so far. So that's the bad news for the Cowboys fans who are looking, to put Schultz in. And it's literally the only bright spot to me on the Giants defense. Bad news for the wide receiver position. If you're a Giants defense or whatever, if you're looking for them to hold court, they're not. Wide receiver position is giving up 23 fantasy points. So the Cowboys are going to feast.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to feast. CeeDee Lamb, he going to eat. Elliott's going to eat. Cooper's going to eat. I don't trust Gallup. It doesn't seem, I don't know if Gallup got in one too many jokes in training camp on Prescott hairline or something he did that Prescott was like, you know what? I don't like you no more, cuz. I'm going with my boy CD. I'm gonna roll with CD because Gallup is just seems to be on the outs with Dak Prescott right now. I don't know why, but it is. On the Giants side, I do like Ingram in this game.
Really?
Write that down because this will probably be the only time I'll say it. I think I do like Ingram in this game. The Cowboys has given up a touchdown in 3 consecutive weeks to the tight end position. I think Ingram might get a dirty, nasty, sneaky touchdown, and you're going to be mad because he's going to be on the bench. But this might be your one shot at greatness with Evan Ingram this season. That this is the closest thing to a guarantee for this guy to get a decent week would be this week against the Cowboys.
Okay.
What y'all got?
I like Darius Slayton too, man. The Cowboys, they've been garbage against the pass, man. They're at that bottom level with the Falcons and the Seahawks and them, as far as giving up in the passing game. So I do think Slayton seems to be a very matchup dependent guy, and this seems to be a good matchup for him. So I would actually risk, because anytime you play him, you are risking it. I would.
Yeah, they're right.
I would risk it with him.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with your assessment of Dalton Schultz. I think this game against the Giants, you have to think about these games that the Cowboys have had in which they're pretty much been catching up with folks. They've been playing catch up with very prolific offenses, and I don't see that them having that need against the
Right.
Giants. So yeah, I could see where maybe Dak Prescott throws the ball a little less, and I could see Dalton Schultz being on the outside looking in on there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Got anything on this week?
Not really. I agree with Evan Ingram. I haven't really liked the Giants at all this season. But I think if there's a game for them to, do something, I think Evan Ingram, hopefully this would be his time with the way the Cowboys have been playing defense. And depending on what happens, I still don't know if I like Slayton. But what I would say is if he doesn't get in trouble for what he did last week, I think Golden Tate, I would play him. I would take a risk on Golden Tate.
Okay.
If they don't,
that's not a bad, yeah.
Because he saw a lot of Jalen Ramsey last week, and we saw how that turned out. But there's no Jalen Ramsey on Dallas, so I think if you're desperate and you got to stream, somebody is. I have, Mike Thomas, Godwin out, and a whole bunch of other people who haven't performed, and you're getting desperate. I think, might be a shot to use him this week if there ever was an opportunity to.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we got the Broncos against the Patriots. In Denver is going to be important to keep a update on Noah Fant, tight end. Looks like he may not go. But if he does suit up, it may even be formality. The coach there in Denver is not liking what they're seeing so far this week with him. So I would really, really watch that if you're a Fant owner. to see if he's going to actually suit up and go. And again, even if he does play, it may just be decoy time or just in there for a little bit, couple of series, and then he's going to probably be on the sideline. He's going to be mad. But again, you got Philip Lindsay potentially coming back this week, practicing this week for the first time in a couple of weeks, which will siphon some carries away from Melvin Gordon. But Melvin Gordon is so good at pass catching, he kind of insulates himself from being siphoned, touches being siphoned away. So I need Lindsay to I need them to show me that he's like gonna be worth something. But he's definitely available in most all leagues. But it may be something for you to pick up, a person to pick up and stash another week or so to see if he's going to actually be healthy enough to contribute on your team in a flex or a desperate situation moving forward. And on the New England side, Damian Harris went off.
Yeah.
But this week it could be Rex Burkhead. The week after that, it could be the ghost shadow of Sony Michel. Who knows if who knows? It's New England.
Right.
And you will invest time in waiver wire ads, and I will be the first one to be transparent. I did grab Damian Harris. I did. I got him. I picked him up, but it was out of desperation. But who knows? I'm gonna play him, but I'm not feeling like really confident about it because it's New England. There are just certain franchises in this league that you will get burned, because they just don't consistently go to a workhorse back. You thought Sony Michel was going to be it coming into the league, but even with him, he can't stay healthy and they won't stay with him. So, who knows? But there's really not a lot going on in New England on the offensive side for names that I'm feeling froggy about that I want to jump on. Obviously, they're missing their captain. Superman is still out, in COVID protocol. And until he comes back, it's just going to be kind of a hodgepodge offense. The defense, against Denver, they may, if you're looking to, if you have a defense on bye this week and for some reason New England defense is available, this might be a decent week. And it could be not. Could be not. I'm a little leery. I don't know what I'm going to get in New England. That's the thing. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah. I agree.
I totally agree.
Yeah, man, I agree. I have no idea with New England at all. I would go ahead and start Damian Harris this week. Honestly speaking, maybe you could start Rex Burkhead too, because I don't think they're very confident in their passing game based on what we saw this past week. So I could see this being one of those New England games where they just run it and just give it to the running backs. So I think that there's a possibility that two running backs could actually do all right. They really, really like Damian Harris. And they showed it as soon as he came in. They said, we're going to get you the ball. But of course, we have seen that again. We have seen that before numerous times in New England. But I'm going to risk it, and I would start Damian Harris this week. So,
yeah, I don't have much choice. Until McCaffrey comes back, I don't have much choice, brother.
Says the guy who scored 158 points in a standard scoring league against me last week. So
if you into keeping scores and stuff, I ain't big on all that, bro. I just play the game, brother. You know what I mean?
I got you.
All right. What you got, E?
Just one thing. I think it's time, Julian Edelman. I think it's time to hang it up, man. I think it's over. I just wanted to put that out there. I think it's over for him.
I think you're right. I think he's gonna have a couple good games here and there, but I think it is over for him.
I think he's done.
Yeah.
It's been a good game, though.
All right, we got Minnesota and Seattle. Man, how good is Seattle, bro?
Really, really good.
Like their offense, it is better than we could have ever dreamed it was going to be. Yeah. And you know, I guess you would say is three things. Obviously, it's three things. It's not a guess. The offensive line play, Russell Wilson's decision making, and D freaking K freaking Metcalf. This is a grown man, and those three things are opening up the offense for everybody. Not to mention himself. It's one thing to, you know, DK Metcalf to get the defensive attention and not get off. He's still getting off, and he told you he was going to do it going into the game, and he still does it. He ain't available. Don't look. Too late. It's been too late. We told you a long time ago. It's too late. You probably should have drafted him early. But Chris Carson, you know, no worse for wear. Back, you know, looking like a baller. This Seattle team, wow.
Yeah.
I'm jealous. Yeah, I am jealous. Yo, I'm jealous. So on the Minnesota side, it's the opposite. There are just a couple of things, bright spots. Justin Jackson, Thielen, obviously, and you know, Cook.
Alvin Cook.
That's it.
That's pretty good though.
That's pretty good, but
fantasy.
It hasn't been enough for them to put together some wins.
Right.
Minnesota's they're at the bottom of the division, and you know it's not enough. I don't know what's wrong. You know, when you look at the numbers for Cook, look at the numbers for Jefferson, look at the numbers for Thielen, Adam. These guys, they got the numbers, and you was like, okay, so they still didn't win.
You know who else has numbers too? The Atlanta Falcons. So there you go.
Yeah, it's not enough, man. Like it's not enough. In this game, the three people on the Minnesota side I just named, those are the only three I trust. I don't want any parts of the tight end position. Don't give me no numbers that Seattle is allowing. Yes, Seattle's defense is allowing a lot of points, but they can because the offense is outscoring everybody.
Right.
And it's still not attractive enough for me to get cute and, you know, insert Rudolph at tight end. Do not try to sell me at the quarterback this week against the Seattle defense. I don't want no parts of this, man. None of them. But those three players, okay, cool. I'm good on them. Thielen, you know, came back to, you know, himself this past week. I look for more of that. They're going to be fine. On the Seattle side, man, you know, everybody's it's Christmas. Everybody playing.
Everybody. You might even be able to start Greg Olsen in this game, man.
Oh, well, okay. Well, maybe not everybody, but hey, man, who knows? I thought Old Man Greg would have gotten a little bit more involved because they've been up and everything's working, but you know, it's okay. You know, they just haven't really focused on or had a need, I guess, to focus on the tight end position because everything else is working. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like, no need to go to my third option.
Right.
1 and 2 are wide open.
Yep. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. You got anything on the E?
Nah, I agree. Everything you got, like Seattle, they got an embarrassment of riches over there. So you can play just about anybody over there. Have a good game.
Yep. Yeah. I like everybody, man. And, yo, man, Chris Carson. I'm mad because I had benched him last week. I actually won in the league that I benched him, but I'm still mad because I could have scored more points. But, you know, I'm thinking, man, this dude just got rolled up on. You know, he might be iffy to even play. If they do, you know, maybe they limit You know,
Right.
this dude just. I mean, his toughness is it's incredible, man. And if he's
War
playing,
machine.
yeah, yeah, War Machine. If he is playing, I am starting him. Plain and
That's
simple.
right.
Yep.
Until you show me different. Like
Yep.
there's yo, he
Yep.
killing it. All
Yep.
right, final game is Monday Night Football. Chargers versus the Saints. Um, you know, I was look last week. I think I sent you a text. Steve was like, "Yo, man, through one quarter of football, like Drew Brees had like two completions, like 30 yards. It's like, it, God, how bad is it?" And then he turned that thing right around, and that's what good teams do,
Yep.
or good, Hall of Fame players do. They, is they play to the whistle to whistle, and too many teams have been laying down once they get down in these games, and the Saints are playing like, look, we got something to play for. So this is going to be an interesting game. Um, Herbert's been playing well on the other side for the Chargers. It is over for Tyrod.
Oh man.
He's not gonna start there again unless there's an injury, and it's not cool. I hope he sues. I really do. I hope he litigates against the team doctor or the team or what, because he needs a settlement and just ride out. Because the NFL, this ain't gonna be the Tyrod Taylor show, but the NFL has just not done this man, giving him the fair shake that he deserved. But at any rate, both the Chargers as well as the Saints defense, or you can score on them. They'll show flashes at times. Neither defense is one I would play this week. Obviously, New Orleans has the ability to jump out on you. I did see a guy this week, this past week, in Emmanuel Sanders, had a couple of catches. Looked like, okay, maybe he's getting involved.
Yeah.
But
After you threw dirt on his name.
after I buried him and threw dirt on the grave site and spit on it, he does that. And I'm a Sanders owner. But I I need a touchdown. Gotta have a touchdown now, right now. I
Yep.
need like 80 yards and a touchdown to make me confident to keep this man in the starting lineup. This week, he should be able to do it. Will he? Probably not. Um,
Juan Smith.
Probably not. Traquan Smith owners are like, he ain't gonna do it. Get my man the touches. Get my man the targets. I mean, but again, I said it here 2 episodes ago. Latavius Murray, he has shown they are able to carry those two running backs. They don't need to play with it. They should play them both, and they'll keep winning. With they got enough in Kamara, because he's a wide receiver. I mean, he's just
Yeah.
not going out wide a lot. He's a wide receiver,
Yeah.
and Murray, and I one other guy that's gonna miss is Jared Cook.
Oh yeah.
I don't I I don't
He's
get
hurt.
why it's not working.
He's hurt.
You know,
He's hurt.
but so on the other side, man, like I said, with the Chargers, I guess we're gonna get you know, Justin to come in and play the role of Eckler. You know, I don't know. I
I
don't
don't
know
know
if it's gonna.
either.
Those are big shoes to fill, man.
Yeah.
Those are big shoes to fill. Um, there's a possibility, but if you got him as a handcuff to Eckler, you got to play him. Maybe he'll pull a Mike Davis in Carolina, and fill in just fine with no issues. But he could be Benny Snell. Who knows?
That is true. Yeah, man, I'm with you on your breakdown of this game here. I do like if this was a game that if it wasn't in during the pandemic and we had stadiums full of fans and everything, I would hate Justin Herbert in this game. I'd be like, this is not it. You're a rookie. You about to go into the Lions den, but without the crowd, I still like him. I still like him in this game. He's been great, man. So I mean, you gotta ride the wave. I've picked him up in as many leagues as I possibly can. And he's getting the ball to everybody. So as mad as I am about the Tyrod situation, this is a guy who is actually earned his spot as a starter and deserves to start. So I'm not mad at Justin Herbert. And yeah, at the running back, I'm not sure either, man, with the Chargers because you got Justin Jackson. He didn't look too great last week. Maybe he wasn't expecting to play, but he didn't look great.
He was on the bench eating a sandwich. Like, wait, what?
Huh?
Wait, huh?
But Joshua Kelly, I like him. I think he's talented, but he does have a case of the fumbles, and he is one fumble away from just being benched
That's
for
right.
multiple games. So I'm a little scared of that, but we'll see. I'm still watching him. He's got talent, so I'm watching him. But I'm with you with the Saints as well.
Traquan Smith, I need you one more week.
One more time.
Give me one
last time, baby.
Because this is the last time. Because I think Michael is back.
Yeah, Thomas is coming back, man.
Yep.
And once he does, everything will, be fine in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Because without him, maybe Drew Brees is preserving his shoulder, until he gets back. He got his shoulder on IR right now. I don't know. But he's just dinking and dunking his way. And he's like, look, if we can keep, we can go 500 while he's out, we'll be fine. Falcons ain't doing nothing. Carolina, just okay. We can, keep hanging around NFC South, we'll be fine.
All I know is, man, if Mike Thomas, if he comes back and he's not like too hurt, because he's going to be a little hurt at least.
Yeah.
And if we get, 80 to 85%, I feel bad for the rest of the league, man, because he's, man.
Yep.
Well, I guess that wraps things up for us for week number 5. Make sure to check out, this is part 2, make sure to check out part 1 of our week 5 starts and sits. Also, make sure to like and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Also, again, like. And if you dislike, hit it twice. And make sure to follow us on Instagram and follow us on Twitter as well. And like I said, we are working on getting the podcast back up. So be on the lookout for us on Spotify as well. So
absolutely.
Until next week, we'll holla at you.
Peace.